All right, welcome back everybody to another beautiful night at Wachusett Regional High School. We are here tonight, week 3 high school football, Wachusett Regional hosting West Springfield in a matchup of two 1-0 teams. Again, my name is Zach Berman, here with my co-host Jake Wachusett. Jake, good to see you here.
Yeah, good to be back, Zach.
Now, Jake, last week, Wachusett coming off a program-defining first ever win against Franklin High School, a true perennial powerhouse in Massachusetts high school football. Jake, talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, they were moving in all three phases. The offense was getting the ball down the field. Defense came up strong at the goal line, really kept them out of the end zone, and put up W up on the board for Wachusett.
No doubt about that. Again, Wachusett coming off a 23-14 win at Franklin. Again, first win ever against the Franklin Pankfields, looking to try to continue that success tonight. And Jake, we're ready for kickoff here. It looks like Wachusett has elected to receive the ball here to start the game. Mountaineers wearing their home green, visiting Terriers sporting the white tops with gray pants.
Number 11, Vicky on their turn will be first down, first for 10 Mountaineers. On their own 41-yard line.
And with the short kick, it looks like the Mountaineer offense is going to be starting off in good field position. Our junior quarterback, Thomas Anderson, at the helm of this powerful Wachusett offense, taking the field at their own 41. First down, Anderson drops back, delivers the ball over the middle, and that one is nearly picked off.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Tommy Anderson was looking for there.
And boy, Jake, that would have given us something to talk about early on here. That
Not
would
the
not
good
have been
stuff
the
either.
start that Wachusett would have liked to see. Second down coming up, Caden Land, the man in motion. Anderson receives the snap, and we have a sweep, and the ball is on the ground. And from my vantage point, Jake, I think that one is recovered cleanly by the defense.
Yeah, Zach, that's not a good start to the game, Zach.
Absolutely not. Two more so physical than mental errors for the Mountaineers. They're able to escape one of them, but not the second.
Yeah, it just didn't look like a clean handoff.
No, it didn't. And now we're always saying it, Jake, but we have to see how this Mountaineer defense can react earlier probably than what they would have liked to.
Yeah, they're getting out there a little bit sooner than they were expecting.
First down here for the visiting Terriers, and the give is up the middle. And number 10, the tailback, makes a man miss. Carries a couple tacklers for about a 14-yard gain.
Looks like a big body to bring down.
Another first down coming up here for the Terriers. Quarterback looks over to receive the signals from the sideline. And it looks like a designed quarterback run, met just at the line of scrimmage for just about no gain. Now, Jake, despite the lackluster stuff, we've seen the defense of these Mountaineers come up with few goal line stands last week.
Yeah, definitely. The defense is keeping them in the game, last week especially.
Second down here. Terriers remain in the shotgun. Looks left, delivers the ball to the wideout there by the marker.
That's a quick
hit. Going to bring up third and medium. 3rd and 6 coming up here. The ball's delivered to the outside to number 12. Good enough for a West Springfield first down.
First down, 1st and goal, Terriers.
Now, Jake, we're back into one of those positions here with this defense back up against the wall, seeing what they can do early on in this matchup.
Yeah, they've been tested plenty already, so hopefully they can come strong again here again.
West Springfield elects to run on first down here. Looks like a gain of about 3. Bringing up 2nd and goal.
2nd down, 2nd and goal.
Looks like we got some replacements coming in here in the backfield. And scampers into the end zone, giving West Springfield the early advantage in this one.
Touchdown, West Springfield. 2-yard, right in the end zone, touchdown, Terriers.
It's like not the start the Wachusett football team was looking for.
No, it isn't, Jake, but we'll see how the offense looks the second time around here. A lot of game left here to play. And it looks like West Springfield is elected to keep their offense on the field here for the attempted 2-point conversion.
It looks like that might be a personnel issue, Zach. Maybe not a kicker on the sideline.
And another quarterback designed run. And it looks like he was able to get in. West Springfield extending their lead to an 8-point margin. 9 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. All right, Jake, let's try this all again here. And another good return by the Mountaineers. It's a similar situation to what they were in the first drive. And Jake, let's take a look at this Mountaineer offense here.
First down, 1st and 10 Mountaineers. 44-yard line.
Our starters, again, similar to last year. We have quarterback Thomas Anderson, Jack Smith, and Max Brown, that junior class quarterback, back, and receiver, or tight end that we normally see. And it looks like we got some whistles here. This play is blown dead.
Timeout.
Timeout. West Springfield.
Timeout taken by the Terriers there. Now, Jake, that's going to give us some time here. Let's go back to look at the rest of that offense. We talked about Anderson, Smith, and Brown. But again, this Wachusett team's bringing back a lot of skill position players, such as Caden Lane. But we do see the emergence of some of these other receivers. Jude Hogan, again, a former quarterback in this program, as well as Luke Vecchione coming off a big game.
Yeah, Vecchione had a huge week last week.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think he had 6 catches for 63 yards, if I'm not mistaken. And again, these skill position players joined by a much bigger, stronger line this year. I know a lot of these guys working hard in the weight room in the off season. Ryan LeBlanc Owen Quinn, Liam Maycomer, Nick Viano, and Ahmad Issa rounding out the starting 5 on this line. Back to action here, and we have a screen, and the ball is delivered to Smith. He's got room ahead of him. Jack Smith makes one-man miss, and he is over midfield into West Springfield territory.
Couldn't have started that drive any stronger, Zach.
20-yard gain on the play. First down, first and 10 Mountaineers, Terrier territory on the 41-yard line.
Now, it's good to see a guy like Jack Smith get going early, Jake.
Get the wheels turning.
He wasn't able to get off the line of scrimmage much early on last week. First down here, and now the give is to his backfield mate, England.
Again on the play. Second down, second and 10 from the 30.
Gain of maybe a half yard there. Anderson in the shotgun. He's got Hogan and Lane, as well as Brown to his left. Looks like a design screen for Lane. Caden trying to get to the other side of the field. Falls forward for about a gain of 4.
Yeah, good recovery for Lane there. Looked like he lost his footing right off the line and got back up and got the pass.
And I know we mentioned it a lot, Jake, but Caden Lane is one of those guys that's, some people say he's just a dude. He's just a gamer. Caden plays special teams in the punt return, kick return game. See him on the field for offense about 80% of their plays, and plays quarterback on defense for just about the entire game. Third down, design run for Anderson. Stuffed at the line, and that's going to bring up a long fourth down here. Should be interesting to see with the
find
Mountaineer
themselves in
offense.
no man land.
You got that right, Jake. I think this would be an interesting decision to punt here.
Yeah, what's the surrender index? Is that what the term they're using?
Fourth down here. We got Vecchione split out to his left. Anderson drops back. Looks over the middle. He's got Lane.
That's complete to number 1, Caden Lane. Gain 16 yards on the play. First down, first and 10 Mountaineers.
And just as I bring that up, Caden Lane coming up with a huge play. Now, Jake, going back to that fourth down play, I did hear word earlier that Wachusett's kicker, Jack Ayer, was questionable for today. I'm going to have to get some insight down by the field to see his status, to see if they have him available. First down here, and they give it to Smith. Tries to get the corner on the left. Gain of about 3.
Yeah, back to Ayer, the kicker. That would be a major loss for the game.
Excuse me there, I just want to make a correction. Gain of about 6 there. I thought Jack stepped out of bounds a little earlier. Second and 4 here. England in the backfield with Anderson. Lane, the man in motion. Anderson rolls up to the right. He's got Lane over in the flat and just past his outstretched arm. Incomplete. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, it's like that was just a little outside his reach.
Good play design there by Coach Bence in the offense. Just couldn't connect on that one.
We can't forget it's still early in the season and got to get these timing plays down.
Another big third down here. And the give is to England. And it looks like it's going to be just short.
We'll get our
4th and short here.
We'll get our question answered there, Zach.
And it looks like we have a Wachusett lineman down on the field. Jake, I think that's Owen Quinn.
The other Owen Quinn.
Not to be confused with Wachusett basketball, golf legend Owen Quinn. This Owen Quinn is still in high school.
Owen Quinn seems to be a pretty popular name.
I think we've had a few Owen Quinns go through the halls of Wachusett in the last 20 years. Jake, this is going to give him some time to talk about this 4th down decision, 4th and 2. I always like to put you on the spot. Jake, if you were in this position, talk to me about what you do.
Well, if we have a kicker, that gives us more of an option, but I would always go for it at 4th and 1.
And again, this Mountaineer offense, usually high-powered, high-octane offense. Coach Bence, a lot of times wanting to put his pedal to the metal there and really go for it. And I don't see them doing anything but that right here as I see number 2 trotting back into the huddle. Nice. 4th down here, and Jack Smith returns in the backfield. Looks like they're trying to draw him off sides. Smith now relocates behind Anderson in the pistol. And the give is to Smith, and he's got a 1st down, and he's still up, and he's knocking tacklers off, and Jack Smith is in for a touchdown.
And that's why you go for it.
Touchdown, Wachusett, number 28, Jack Smith with the 12-yard run into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Wachusett.
Jake, we talked about Jack Smith's hopeful start this game to be a little bit more electric than last game. I want to give credit to, again, the big guys up front, giving Jack some running room there, getting him into the end zone. Can't forget about the linemen working hard each and every play.
The runs don't happen without the linemen.
Nice.
And with that, the extra point is good.
Number 19, the Guru is good.
And Jake, again, I think we have our answer there.
Your score,
Jack
8-7.
Air does not look like he's available, and that was Eli Mburu on the extra point. So good to see people stepping up big here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting what Coach Dubzinski gives him for field goals, how far, where he's comfortable having him kick from.
Well, it looks like he's comfortable with kickoffs here, or they're going with him regardless, because Eli's back out on the field, readying himself to kick this one away. Eli kicks this one away, and this one is gathered at about the 15-yard line. And looks like we got some trouble there. We'll see a flag on the play. Usually this one on a kickoff is resulting in a hold or a block in the back, but I guess we'll
It was an
see how this
interesting
goes, Jake.
area, though. And you're right, Zach.
Got a keen eye here. I think I saw that one a mile away. Speaking about a mile away, it looks like we have a fan section over here to the right that could stretch for a mile. Good showing by the Wachusett Mountaineers student section today, the Badlands, in their beach-themed attire. Very good school spirit shown by the Mountaineers students today.
Some of these tube throws look pretty vicious.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be
Pent-up
in there.
animosity.
1st down for the Terriers. Design quarterback draw. That one is snipped out early for only a gain of about 2.
4th down by number 34, Troy Green.
Yeah, Jake, now that you said that, I actually got to make sure I pay attention to the game. They got tubes and floaties flying around in that student section. Got to make sure someone doesn't get their eye poked out over there. 2nd and 10 here for Springfield. And he is flushed out. Max Brown in pursuit. And he is, that ball might be live. I haven't seen any whistles. And it looks like that one.
It might be intentional grounding.
Maybe. By the lack of aggression thrown by the flag thrown by the official there, I'm also going to believe that is intentional grounding, and indeed it is.
Signal.
Against the Terriers.
And although we are sometimes trying to get our bearings on Massachusetts high school rules, I believe that one is certainly going to be a loss of down and going to be a spot foul.
It's generally how it is.
And this is going to bring up 3rd and roughly $1 billion here. Should be interesting to see if West Springfield has an aggressive play call or if they just hand this one off. And they do take a shot here. This one down the left sideline is incomplete. And the Mountaineer defense came up with a stop that they were anticipating to get early on here. The punt return unit out on the field here. Smith and Lane are the deep men for the Mountaineers. Jake, with 2 guys back there, it always makes me think if there's going to be any sort of trickery.
It's always in your back pocket.
You know, we got some bright minds on the coaching staff of this Wachusett team. It wouldn't shock me, I'll tell you that much. Oh, it looks like that one is almost got, and Caden's got some room. Caden's got some room here. Tripped up, falling forward to about the the West Springfield 26.
Yeah, not much of a gain there on the punt. I know that would have been crazy to go for it on 4th and very long, but what are you going to do?
And here comes the Mountaineer offense. This time we have England in the backfields. And the give is to England, and he is met early on.
Number 7, England with the carry.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
1 on the play, 2nd down.
And Jake, being a basketball guy and former sneakerhead, I have to shout out once again Miles England's cleats there. He's got the Kobe Grinch cleats, those vibrant green. You can see those a mile away.
I'll take your word for it, Zach.
We got a screen here developing to Vecchione, and he's got some room. Luke Vecchione down inside the Wachusett 5-yard line, down to about the 1. Good to see Luke picking up right where he left off last week. Offense back up to the line quick. The give is to Smith. Met for no guard. No gain. No gain on the play. Offense takes a little bit more time to ready themselves, get themselves up to the line. Anderson stays in the shotgun here with Smith in the backfield. The give again is to Smith, makes one man miss. Jack Smith finds himself in the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. And we have our first Wachusett lead of the game, Jake.
Yeah, look at all around, Zach. Nice to see Smith get right back in the end zone.
And if we got any Jack Smith touchdown counters at home, that's going to bring his total to 3 on the year. Eli and Buru.
The extra point is good.
Kick is good.
3.5.
Wachusett extends their lead by a score of 14-8. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left remaining in the first quarter. All right, Jake, now it's going to give us some time to reflect on last game here. If you look at the graphic here, we had Thomas Anderson directing all air traffic last night. I know Jack Smith's getting in on the ground this week, but last week was all Tom Anderson air traffic control. 18 of 35 for 286 passing and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Again, Caden Lane came up big, 5 receptions for 130 yards, and Vecchione leading the team in receptions with 6. Boo with the kick here. Good kick. And that is covered. West Springfield. It looks like they're. Oh, it looks like just. You know what, Jake? I couldn't even react to that. I was so shocked. That ball was coughed up and recovered by the Mountaineers.
Right at the end there. In fact, the thing with Massachusetts high school football, there's no reviews. So.
First and 10 Mountaineers in Terrier territory on the 33-yard line.
Now, this game hasn't been fast-paced necessarily in terms of the gameplay itself, but just these plays, the almost interception right off the bat, followed by the fumble, followed by another fumble. Anderson this time on first down looking at Vecchione, and he's got his man down the left sideline. I'm looking around in the student section on the sideline. A lot of people are tapping their head, Jake. You know what that means?
4 yards on the play. It's going to be first down, first and goal Mountaineers from the 8-yard line.
I think that's one of the new things the kids are doing these days when they tap
I would have noticed that.
Saying this guy just got mossed. First down, and Anderson's got some running room.
Good job, dude. Good job, dude. Touchdown! Wachusett.
First down, Tommy Anderson on the QB keeper, able to scamper into the end zone for another Wachusett touchdown.
Touchdown, Wachusett.
Do we have any ground graphics for Anderson here?
We don't, but you know what? That might be the focus for it next year is these Mountaineers getting in on the ground. Smith with 2, and now Anderson with 1. And another extra point here is up and good. And just as we had a little bit of a lackluster start to this game, Jake, 3 very quick Mountaineer scores. Still 2 minutes remaining left. And this high-powered offense has already put up 21 points, Jake.
Yeah, I said this is a little bit more the Wachusett sideline. Thought the game was going to start. Just the quick cough up on the fumble. It worked past it.
Jake, we're doing our best to kind of point out and give credit to some of the guys that might not be involved, some of like linemen and whatnot. Got to point out Jude Hogan, who again is going to be hopefully a focal point to this Mountaineer receiving core. A phenomenal block there, allowing Anderson to get some running room and get into the end zone. And another great kick here, and this one might be recoverable. It doesn't appear that it was recovered by the Mountaineers, but West Springfield is going to be starting inside their own 10 this time.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of mental mistakes are starting to pile up for West Springfield here.
And Jake, I'm going to double down on that last take I had. It hasn't been like a fast-paced, crazy gameplay, but just these plays that are a little wacky that you don't expect.
Yeah, they're all falling Wachusett's way as well, other than the fumble at the start of the game.
Absolutely, and West Springfield's going to start this drive backed up, again, inside their own 10-yard line. 2:48 to play here. Again, Wachusett clinging to a 21-8 lead. And West Springfield's going to start this one on the ground. And I believe the quarterback there is run out of bounds by Tanner Gaffney. And Tanner Gaffney, part of in my opinion, one of the bigger plays last week at the end of the half. Tanner and Dan Greeny at the goal line, really sealing a good Wachusett first half by not allowing Franklin to score as time was expiring. Another set of downs here for the Terriers as the give is to the tail gap. The tailback falls forward for about 3 yards.
Number 10, Tokarev with the carry. Gain of 3 on the play, second down.
Second down and 7 here. give again is to the tailback. And he is taken down there. I believe that is Jeff Hatton Jr. on the tackle there. Third down here.
A big third down for the Mountaineer defense.
Third and short here. Another quarterback designed run. And that one's going to be close, Jake. I think he's going to have enough.
Chains are moving.
And that is the case. Chains are moving on the sideline. Bringing up another West Springfield first down. Jake, I'm all in for excitement, big plays. This would be more what I was expecting, kind of churn it out, a couple plays, first down. That wasn't the case to start this game, and it seems like we're getting back into that as we have a screen pass to the right, covered well by the Mountaineer defense.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit of a while for the guys to settle in a little bit to the game.
Second down as we're under a minute to play in the first quarter. Second and 9. Jake, this might be our last play of the quarter. Fake is to the tailback, and the pass is thrown to the outside on the right. Number 21, Paquette on the reception. Clock initially stopping on the first down as he got out of bounds. I'm going to try it again, Jake. Maybe this is our last play of the quarter. Terry offense looking over to the sideline for the signals. Jake, we're really seeing the effects of this drive starting inside the 10-yard line. Play action here, and this one is delivered, caught.
Be very close to a first down tag.
Yeah, by the left hash. I believe that is Hatton on the tackle, and that's going to bring up third down.
Oh, whoa.
And it looks like they're saying that's enough for a first down. And here we find ourselves at the end of the first quarter. That was the last play. At the end of one, Wachusett again still maintaining that 21-8 lead. Now, Jake, this week, our sideline reporter and student president of the media group, Sam Landivar, was able to speak to Wachusett offensive guru, offensive coordinator, Coach Bence. Let's send this down to Sam and see what he got to talk to Coach Bence about.
Alrighty, I am here with offensive guru for the Wachusett Mountaineers, Coach Bence. Do you use anything that you learned from your defensive days back in college to incorporate with the offense?
Absolutely. So I started my career as a defensive coach. You know, I played offense all growing up though, so I always had that sort of perspective on things, but got my start coaching on defense, and obviously having that understanding helps a lot when trying to dissect opponents on a week-to-week basis. So yeah, it's been invaluable.
And with that, growing up, who's the most influential player that you watched from?
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino's my guy. The GOAT. Yeah, you heard it, New England. Yep.
So what's the game plan they have for the offense?
Well, can't give too much away, but obviously, we'd like to establish a good running game and get the ball to our talent out there and highlight our strengths, just like anybody would. So hopefully we can do that.
And on game night, what do you do to lock in and make sure that everybody, all the team, the coaches, everybody's in a good headspace, ready to play?
Well, everybody's just focused on their job. Every coach has their own individual job, whether it be.
All right,
cut that a little
folks,
short.
so we are back to the action. And right to the action as Mike McGurn able to get in the backfield. Taking down the quarterback. Mike McGurn also coming off a big game last week. He had a huge interception at a timely point for this Mountaineer defense. Again, Mike McGurn wasn't able to play last year, had a season-ending injury early on. Always great to see a phenomenal member of this Wachusett team in school, Mike McGurn, making impact plays on the field. Second and long here, screen pass. And it looked like Hatton had a beat on that, but instead turns out to be a positive gain for about 16 here. Third and short near midfield for the Terriers.
Yeah, find another third and short.
Jake, you got to think this is going to be 4-down territory unless there's a big play.
Yeah, I would think, especially with their punters, seems like it's been a little shaky.
Pretty conservative play call on the quarterback design run, and it looks like maybe
the
the
ball
ball's
came
out
out.
again. And again, the Mountaineer defense coming up big.
On play, fumble recovered by Wachusett. It's going to be first down, first and 10 Mountaineers from the 49-yard line.
Jake, I don't know if these footballs are covered in butter tonight, but that's the third fumble we've seen tonight.
Somewhat slippery.
I might have to send our sideline reporter, Sam, down there during half to get a feel on that, to see if
A football
these,
report.
Yeah, to see if these footballs are a little greasier than normal. First down, just at midfield for the Mountaineers. Anderson drops back, and he's taking a shot here, and he's got Ty Mosley. And that one is just past the outstretched arms of Mosley. Mosley, again, we brought up last week, one of the newcomers to this Mountaineer offense, but a kid I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of and hearing a lot of in the next couple of years. A big target as a receiver, definitely can be used in a couple different areas on the offensive end, and I know they're excited for his impact on the defensive end as well.
This was a big problem for the Mountaineer offense last week, Zach. Kind of getting a penalty and then not being able to work out of it.
Now, Jake, we had to come back just before the start of the second quarter, but I did want to talk a little bit about Sam's experience talking with Coach Bence. Well, let's take a look at this play right here as we have screenplay designed. Anderson looks like he takes the attempt at the long ball there. I think that was Lane on the intended pass down the sideline. And that's going to bring up third and long here after the penalty. Not an ideal position, but let's see what Anderson and Coach Bence have drawn up. Anderson rolls right, and he's got Vecchione.
Pass complete to number 11, Vecchione.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Gain of 19 on the play. It's going to be first down, first and 10 Mountaineers. In Terrier territory on the 30.
It always seems like Luke Vecchione finds a way to get open, Jake.
Yeah, it seems like it. It's good to see his name come up again.
First down, under 10 to play until half. Anderson drops back. He's taking a shot. He's got Mosley.
Pass intended for number 36. Mosley.
Pass thrown just a couple yards behind him. And Jake, it's been a couple times they've looked at number 36 there. I think eventually they're going to link up.
Oh, definitely, Zach. He looks like he has a step.
And I don't think it's by accident that these balls keep going towards Ty Mosley. Looks like we have a timeout here.
Out on the field. Timeout. Wachusett.
Coach Bence wants to talk about something with his offense. But yeah, Jake, I do believe that Ty Mosley is going to come down with these one time. I don't think it's a coincidence that Anderson keeps looking his way.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time, Zach.
And we'll return with 2nd down and long here. But again, Jake, what was your takeaways from Sam's interview with Coach Bence?
Well, of course, being a South Florida guy, Bence is a Miami Dolphins fan, but we'll have to talk to him about that after the game, see how he thought about the game on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'll be as chipper talking about the Dolphins.
Yeah, we can add on the Buffalo game from last night as well.
Compared to his own Mountaineer offense here.
The Seminoles are doing a lot better this year than they were last year.
That is true. We got a screen pass and another fumble here, potentially. We'll talk about this. Looks like we have a flag on the play, too. Definitely a lot to talk about here, Jake.
Yeah, was that definitely a catch there? Where'd it go?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping not.
It looked real quick, but he didn't make a football move.
I think those are the key words we're looking for. Did Smith turn upfield and make a football move?
Neither side's really giving any indication of what's going on here.
Looks like an eligible man. Declined. So, Jake,
that must have been ruled incomplete on the field.
And you know what? That wasn't a clear interpolation to me. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's too disgruntled people on that field.
No,
specifically over
it was probably
on the
clear.
Other sideline.
From our angle, it's hard to see.
3rd down, Vecchione, the man in motion. Anderson rolls out to his left, and he's got Vecchione. He's got room ahead. He's got blockers, and Vecchione able to get out of bounds around the Wachusett 20, the West Springfield 20.
Seems like if you find yourself in trouble, just get it out to Vecchione.
Yeah, Vecchione definitely been able to find some open space here early on this season. 1st down here, and the give is to Smith. And Jack looks like he was able to fall forward for about a gain of 5.
Number 28, Smith with the carry. Gain of 5. 2nd down.
Second and 5 here. Smith remains in the backfield, and the handoff is to Smith. Stood up at the line pretty well. Maybe a gain of 1. Gonna bring up another 3rd and medium.
28 Smith with the carry, gain of 1. Maybe 3rd down, 3rd and 4.
Another big 3rd down, Zach.
Yeah, based on the down and distance here, I'm going to guess here this is a 4-down territory with I know Eli's been great tonight kicking, but I would anticipate the offense to stay on the field, but we'll see. Anderson, he's got a man in the back of the end zone, and that is incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th down, Jake, and we'll see just that. Doesn't look like Anderson's moving.
Incomplete. It's going to be 4th down, 4th and 4 for the Mountaineers.
4th and 4 as the offense stays on the field. Anderson in the pistol formation. Smith lined up behind him. Anderson rolls out to his left, and he's looking for Vecchione. And Vecchione's able to reel that one in.
Look for Vecchione.
Number 4, Billy Meade. It'll be 1st down, 1st and goal, Wachusett.
1st and goal, Wachusett, as Anderson and Vecchione connect on yet another big play. First down here, and Anderson on the keeper, and he gives it to who else?
Touchdown!
Vecchione.
Touchdown, Wachusett. Pass complete to number 11, Luke Vecchione. pass, completion to the end zone. Touchdown, Wachusett.
And Jake, we talked about it last week. Although he's a newcomer, you saw a little bit of chemistry with Anderson and Vecchione. I know they're good friends off the field, but we're seeing a heavy dosage of Luke Vecchione early on in this season.
Yeah, no complaints there, Zach. I was curious about that, if they were friends off the field.
I believe they are, and if they aren't, I think they're convincing a lot of people that they got some good chemistry.
There's a good connection there.
Your score, 28-8. Wachusett.
And Zach, really, these turnovers don't mean anything without capitalizing on them. And really complimentary football, getting the turnovers from the defensive side and putting the ball in the end zone on the offensive side.
Now, Jake, as we're doing our best to kind of give the best broadcast that we possibly can, improving our technology and our equipment, as well as our capabilities to provide the viewers with videos and highlights and whatnot. I'll give you a little inside scoop. I was actually talking with Luke Vecchione this week, and last week I was saying, Luke, I need some highlights. I need to dig up. And he said, Coach, I don't have any highlights. I haven't played varsity football yet. And I just found that to be funny, and I was thinking, you know what, I think this kid's going to have some highlights coming forward. And I actually spoke with him today. I said, Luke, can I get my hands on some highlights? I said, I know you didn't have 200 catches last week, but you had 6. We could
string them together.
We
Put them.
could
Little
probably string
music
in
the background.
Blocking the backfield against the Terriers.
In my guess, Jake, I think it might be a little bit easier to get me some highlights for next week.
Definitely.
Luke's been heavily involved this week, so I think it's going to be easy to feature number 11 on a lot of our recaps if we fast forward to next week's coverage at Minnetrog.
From their own 15-yard line.
And as we get back to the action here, I do believe there was a penalty on the kickoff. West Springfield is going to be starting their drive here, 7:30 to play in the half from their own 15-yard lines. First down, and they give it to the running back, and it looks like number 2's trying to get the edge there. Run out of bounds at about the, I think that's a 26-yard line, Jake.
12 on the play, first down, first and 10 Terriers from their own 20.
Now, Jake, this is about the third drive in a row that we've seen this Terrier offense start backed up in their own territory. Can you talk to me a little bit about the impact of those drives starting at their 5, 10, 15-yard line versus their own 40?
Oh, it's definitely a lot more pressure on them. I mean, you really have nowhere to go backwards, so you got to get it out. But they've done well so far. But
second down here, and it looks like the give is again to number 2, the tailback, Strittner. Another gain of 12. Good pursuit by the Mountaineer defensive front there, unable to corral the ball carrier in the backfields. But yeah, Jake, it's definitely a huge impact when they start their offense back at the 15-yard line versus the 40. We saw that on the first drive after the fumble.
And even when it comes to the turnovers, if they were further back, it would have been easier field position for the Mountaineer offense.
Another first down for the Terriers is the quarterback keeper here, and he's got some room up the sideline. Taken down at the Wachusett 25-yard line. And the Terrier offense finds themselves in Mountaineer territory for the first time in a little while. First down coming up here for the Terriers again at the Wachusett 25, remaining in the shotgun, and they give it to the tailback, and he is met by, I think that is Mike McGurn, and I believe that's Anthony Viano on the tackle. Viano, another starter on the defensive I think he's a linebacker here for these Mountaineers.
Looked like a brick wall.
Yeah, he was hit by a couple solid dudes there. Second down as the Terriers, seems like, slow the tempo here on the offensive end. Got some subs coming in. Going to a little bit of a tighter formation here. Still in the shotgun. Looked like a little RPO there. And that one is incomplete.
Incomplete.
Jake, West Springfield's used number 2 a lot in their offensive passing in running game. Strittner been impactful here in the first half.
He's getting the ball downfield a little bit and picking up first downs.
Big third down here coming up as the Terriers look like they're shuttling some players on here late in the play clock. Quarterback rolls out to the left, looking at his options, takes a shot down to the end zone, and that one is incomplete.
Incomplete. It's going to be fourth down, 4th and 10 for the Terriers. From the Mountaineer 24-yard line.
Jake, it looks like just about every play they're looking for number 2 there, Strittner.
He's their own Vecchione.
Yeah, he's not a tall kid in stature there, but he's certainly been one of their better performers on this side of the ball. 4th and 10 coming up, and I think this is felt like a must-go with a 20-point deficit early on. That being said, I think the West Springfield coaching staff wants to talk about this one just a little bit more.
Yeah, you want to think this one through a little bit.
Yeah, Jake, 20-point deficit, still a... Correct answer would be 3-possession game.
I didn't have my calculator with me. But yeah, there's still plenty of time for Wachusett to drive back down the field and score, so you definitely want to do what you can to get a first down here and get points on the board before the half.
We also are unfamiliar with West Springfield's kicking situation. Do they have a kicker that we saw them go for 2 on the first drive once they were able to punch that in off the turnover? So I don't know if this is a reasonable kick for them. If they're not going to go for the extra point, maybe that's strategically. I would imagine the 42-yard field goal maybe a little bit out of the picture here.
Yeah, I'd say so, Zach. And going back to the 2-point, there's a theory you should go for 2, so we don't really know for sure.
Either way, offense staying on the field here. 5 receiver set here for the Terriers. Quarterback drops back, takes a shot at the end zone. He's got a man, and that is just incomplete. Number 21, Paquette, the intended receiver. And there is a flag on the play, Jake. Fortunately enough, that one is on the offense. And the result of the play is going to bring up first down for the Mountaineers. 5 minutes to play here. Should be interesting to see if the offense is able to tack on another score before halftime.
It'd be a big score, Zach. Even just mentally put this out of reach for West Springfield.
And Jake, just looking at this formation, you got Vecchione by himself on the bottom half. However, we got Anglin. Anglin's got some running room, and Anglin brings the offense to near midfield.
31 yards on the game. It's going to be first down, 1st and 10 Mountaineers.
In Anglin with his biggest rush of the year. A gain of 31 for number 7. Jake, I think this is going to bring us close to, again, air traffic control Anderson territory. the jet sweep there to Lane.
Hayden Lane with the carry.
Good for about 5 yards.
That looks pretty athletic out of Lane.
Gain of 6. It's going to be second down. 2nd and 4 now for the Mountaineers in Terrier territory.
Second and 4, and the give is to Smith. It looks like he is close
Number 28, Jack
to the
Smith,
line to gain.
Gain of 3. It's going to be third down, 3rd and 1 for the Mountaineers.
3rd and 1, a real short one, Jake.
From the 44-yard line.
I think that's about 26 inches or so.
I'd say so, Zach.
And I think we had my favorite play coming up there.
It was an offside on the defense, actually.
Oh. Offsides, and that's actually my favorite play.
Offsides against the Terriers. Be a 5-yard penalty. And an automatic first down, 1st and 10 Mountaineers.
Jake, but I don't want to give too much away. I did think that was my Max Brown under center play. The Travis Kelce impromptu.
I'm sure that'll come up again, Zach.
Well, you know Coach Bence is a big Kansas City Chief fan, so you know where he's getting his plays from. First down, Anderson drops back, and he's got Smith over on the left, and that one is complete.
Pass complete.
Mountaineers trotting downfield, now down to the 28-yard line. Jake, one rule we're sure about is that once Smith hit the ground there with possession, he cannot get back up and run. He is not in the NFL, at least just not yet.
Yeah, as far as I know, every level other than the NFL. If you're down, you're down.
First down, and Anderson calling his own number here. Anderson scampers for, looks like, about a 10-yard gain.
Quarterback Thomas Anderson with the carry.
I think we're going to need a truck graphic for next week with Anderson on it.
Yeah, no air traffic control tonight. Actually, we got the one touchdown to Vecchione, but
True, Zach.
Jake, you're making some good points here. The Mountaineer offense has been dominated
1st and 10, Wachusett.
by the ground game. Two and a half minutes and counting here. First down. Anderson, all receivers to his right, and the give is to Smith. And Smith is unable to get the edge. Tackle for a loss of about 3 yards. Timeout here, Coach Dubzinski. I believe that is their last one. 2:14 to play before halftime as the Wachusett Mountaineer offense is driving, looking to tack on another score before half.
It's like too many men there for West Springfield.
3 men on the field against the Terriers.
Yeah, Jake, you hate to see that right after a stoppage in play, right when you have a timeout that allows you to talk with your team, coming out and necessarily having a mental error. I know when I coach, that's the thing that you try to avoid the most. Okay, 2nd and 9 here is Anderson takes a shot to the end zone. intended for number 28, Smith. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to bring up third down here. Third and 9 here. As Anderson breaks the huddle. He's got Lane and Hogan to his right. Smith in the backfield and Vecchione to his left. He's looking to Vecchione and he's got his man. Luke Vecchione again in the end zone for another Wachusett Mountaineers touchdown.
Touchdown, Vecchione.
Pass complete to number 11, Luke Vecchione. For the 11-yard pass completion to the end zone. Touchdown.
Jake, I'm starting to worry about Luke Vecchione's highlight tape may be a little too long for next week.
You have to tell him to cut it down a little bit.
Yeah, Vec, we might have to get in the studio and cut this thing in half. Boy, there's a lot we could put on it. All kidding aside, great first half out of Luke Vecchione. Second time finding pay dirt.
The extra point is good. 2 minutes. 2 minutes remain in the first half. Your score.
Eli and Baru, another extra point, up and good. And Jake, we still have 2 minutes to play. We've seen a lot happen in 2 minutes, but at this point, 35 points for this Wachusett Mountaineer offense.
It's on pace for 70, Zach.
Jake, I know we're fast forwarding to this year, but looking back at last year, this offense was quite good. Again, 3,600 total yards eclipsed on the offensive end, averaging about 27 points a game. Again, Wachusett already put up 35 with 2 minutes to play in the first half. And this kickoff finds its way into the end zone for a touchback. As West Springfield will bring their offense back on the field. Again, just about 2 minutes to play until half.
It's a big leg on the new kid.
Definitely been a good half. We've been talking about the offense and defense, but the special teams here for the Mountaineers has been nothing short of perfect. Jake, with this lead, as a coaching staff, what are you telling your players here?
Keep your foot on the gas. Don't let up.
First down, West Springfield taking a shot, and they have their man. And that is, again, number 2,
To number 2,
Stridler. And Jake, just as you said, keep your foot on your gas. You are right.
It'll be first down, 1st and 10 Terriers from the Mountaineer 15-yard line.
West Springfield's moving very quickly down inside to the Wachusett red zone. Moving very quickly was also Wachusett assistant principal Matt Lane, part of the chain gang tonight. Matt Lane looking like he could outrun Caden with that speed. He had to get down there quick. And I think we have a flag on the play here. Someone on the Wachusett defensive front jumped early.
Remains first down.
Minute 47 to play until half. West Springfield driving, looking to cut into this 27-point deficit. And West Springfield wants to talk a little bit more before this next play, which will be 1st and 5 from the 10-yard line. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Back to the action here. Again, 1st and 5 for the Terrier offense. Quarterback designed run or keeper, and he is somehow still up. Jake, I thought they had him corralled just at about the line of scrimmage.
They kept the legs moving.
And that's going to be enough for another first down, 1st and goal. Jake, I wouldn't say West Springfield is playing against the clock here, but it is something to keep in consideration here.
When you're down, what do we say, 3 scores, 4 scores? You can't take your time.
Definitely time is of the essence, but even just making sure that they don't put themselves in a position racing before the end of the half. And this one is given to the tailback.
Number 10, Kovarev with the carry.
Yeah, I can't imagine they have any more timeouts either, right? It seems like they've...
I think that was their last one as well. I believe both teams are out. I could be mistaken on that. We don't have our timeout graphic, but
Yeah, we're coming up to 40 seconds.
To tick here. 40 seconds to play. On the about 3-yard line. And we'll see what the Mountaineer defense can do here as they bring some pressure. And they are unable to keep the quarterback out of the end zone on the keeper.
Vargas with the 3-yard run in the end zone.
And West Springfield
Touchdown, West Springfield.
is able to put some points on the board for the first time since their opening drive.
Looks like the offense is going to stay out on the field again.
Yeah, Jake, similar to, I don't think this has anything to do with the differential here. I think this is just the game plan that they were planning to go for 2 until further notice here.
Yeah, they came out right out of the gate with a 2, so I'd say they'll stick with it.
And the give here is to number 2, Schridler. And I do not believe he had enough to get in there.
Conversion is no good.
Confirmation is that hit was short.
Remain in the first half. Your
And we'll
score,
keep a
28 seconds
conventional
remaining.
score.
Wachusett again leading this football game 35-14. Now, Jake, barring anything, I was going to say dramatic or fantastic here, let's keep it a dramatic.
Yeah, but it's like if you blink, you get a football game on your hands. Yeah.
That's true. There's been a lot of mishaps, a lot of excitement in this first half. But what I was getting to is that barring anything crazy here, do you expect the Mountaineers just to take a knee and take this lead into the half?
Yeah, I would say so, Zach. Still 3 scores.
Yeah, like I said, barring anything crazy or a big return. That being said, ball is in the hands of Jack Smith. We've seen him make some big plays here. We got a flag on the play. Probably going to be backing up this drive just a few. It is a hold on the Mountaineer return team, and I think that can pretty much solidify that. I would guess that this offense is going to be just taking a knee here and marching into half. Jake, what do you think?
Yeah, I would say so, Zach. That's a safe play, and get your boys rallied up for the second half.
Absolutely. Again, Jake, I know you're not a huge math guy, but at this pace, Wachusett's on pace to put up 70 points, and that's a heck of an offense.
Yeah, definitely, Zach.
And what would be known as victory formation, Wachusett Mountaineers did do just that. They did win the first half, but Jake, we got 2 halves here, and we got to see a lot more of that Wachusett offense and defense as the second half will begin play in just about 10 minutes.
Fans, that's the end of the first half.
Jake, talk to me about some of your first half takeaways here.
There's really nothing to complain about other than the fumble on the initial drive, but
yeah,
keep your momentum going forward, and finish the second half strong.
Again, I think very apparent as we see a stampede of Wachusett Pop Warner kids here. I would hate to be on the field there. Thank God I'm up here.
Would you rather play 11 of the varsity or 200 Pop Warner kids?
I would rather 11 varsities. There's way too many little kids out there right now. It's absolutely mayhem. But, Jake, again, we had about 12 minutes for halftime here. Again, Luke Vecchione would be my star of the first half. Again, somebody's got to get on the ball. Anderson's been great, but I do want to talk about Luke Vecchione. Again, he's been fantastic. A name that we haven't said a lot tonight has been none other than Max Brown. Relatively quiet. Not anything against Max. It's just that there's been other guys that have been on the receiving end of Anderson tonight.
That's Max Brown. You know, he'll go where you want.
That being said, I could anticipate Max being very impactful in the second half. And you know what? We're going to look at some of Max Brown highlights as he is, I think, probably one of the better tight ends of this part of the state. I know he's got some early scholarship or college looks already. But, Jake, you know what? We're going to be back in about 10 minutes. I think we're going to queue up some Max Brown highlights for our viewers here at home. And we'll leave you with that. So take a look here. We got some Max Brown highlights coming to you. Again, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. We'll see you then, folks.
complete. Pass complete. pass complete. Pass number 3, Matt Brown.
All right, Jake, we are back to the action here. Hope everyone at home enjoyed their nice halftime snack. Or I guess really they could be having snacks during the whole game.
If you're home, yeah.
Right.
If you're smart. Maybe waiting for a pizza delivery that came at the half. Who
we
knows?
could enjoy our nice halftime snack, but now we're back to work. And I hope everyone else enjoyed their nice Max Brown highlight reel. Looking for some highlights from the star junior tight end and defensive end in the second half of this game as we take you back to the second half here. And we have the third quarter beginning with the give here to the tailback.
Number 8. Varzius with the carry. Gain of 3, second down.
First down here, and again, the quarterback keeper here, Varzius. And Jake, that brings up our first round of Name That Greenie.
Let's see, Zach. I'm going to go with Dan.
Those at home, if you were tuned in with us last week, Jake was 0 for 3 last week in our weekly Name That Greenie game. And Jake, I'm always on the lookout for people that are, I don't want to say cheating, that sounds bad, but those, I don't know if you're ruffling a paper around here, seeing what greenie we have.
Well, was I right?
You were right. I'll give you credit on this one. 3rd and 8, and we got a delay of game here. That's a new one for us, Jake. We've had some long plays or play clocks, it seemed, but we've yet to see a delay game. And if you're West Springfield, you hate to see that there.
Yeah, Zach, I'm always curious. Why do they not have a clock in the building for the play clock?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I'm not the only one then.
Jake, I couldn't help but notice Ty Mosley running on the field for defense. We've talked about Ty coming on the field on offense, but an obvious passing situation, they bring Mosley on the field in defense. And they have Scribner, looking for Scribner here deep. Number 2, the receiver in back for the Terriers. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Despite the 21-point deficit here, the Terriers, I think, in an obvious punting situation.
Yeah, Zach, you don't want to get into trouble getting backed up in your own end, because you're still in the ball game here.
Good rush there by there, and the kick is down in a, Jake, that looked like a questionable, maybe just kind of knee-jerk reaction there.
To fall on it, Zach? Is that what you're saying?
Fall on it. I thought that was going to take a Springfield bounce, but it looked like Molinari there, the gunner, had some either other thoughts or, again, maybe just a knee-jerk reaction to jump on it.
Yeah, I'd say that's what it is, Zach. Just, it's balls in front of you, go fall on it.
Mountaineer offense quick onto the field, and Anderson's got 2 receivers to his left. I did think someone moved a little bit early. And I think that was Caden Lane trying to get a little bit of a head start there. Jake, maybe he saw his dad running down the sideline and was trying to say, I'm a little faster than the old man. Caden jumped a little early on that one.
Try to keep up with me, Dad, right?
And it looks like the West Springfield corner sprinting over there to the uncovered man. And Caden Lane on the reception there, getting closer to the original line of scrimmage. But I still believe this is going to be 2nd and close to about 13. Jake, I'm always thinking about new games and things that we can kind of do on the air here, and let's see who can pick the next touchdown for the Wachusett Mountaineers. I'm going to go with Caden Lane as Jack Smith takes the handoff here, and Smith is in Springfield territory, down to the 20-yard line. I think that is Jack's longest rush of the year there, rivaling England's carry earlier of about 32. I think Smith's there was about 36. And a timeout by West Springfield there, maybe due to fatigue, but Jake, one thing I'm noticing is Wachusett's getting on the ball prompt every single snap here. They're getting right up to the, even as after the punt, the offense was right on the ball.
Yeah, it's like at this point, with the lead, you got to think about the clock as well. Just chew that down.
Yeah, but that's what you'd think. They're moving quick, though. I don't know if they're just trying to catch them off guard or not ready, but
They stick with what works as well. You know, if you've been running it the whole game, keep it going.
And Jake, that has to be repped in practice. That's not something that's just saying, hey guys, get up there and go quick. You got to practice going quick. That's a tempo thing that has to be trained and learned and done with countless reps.
Yeah, Zach, you practice how you play, right? So no, they're not coming out here and changing it up.
Yeah, even out of the timeout here, the offense is ready to go. Anderson with England. I know that's England, I can tell by the cleats. And Miles is able to fall forward there to about the 15-yard line. Smith returns along with Mosley. Hogan and Smith head to the sideline. You get a much-deserved break. Quick to the line. And Ty Mosley isolated on the top part of the screen. Jake, I just think one of these times they're going to look to him. And here he is. Anderson looks to him, and Mosley is, I think, able to pull that in. And Ty Mosley with his first Wachusett touchdown. And a little bit of a celebration there that will be penalized. I don't want to take anything away from the young man. A great catch by Ty Mosley. But the Wachusett is going to be penalized on that one.
Like we were saying, Zach, it was only a matter of time for Ty Mosley to get in the end zone.
Yeah, again, Mosley standing at about 6'1", probably. Big, strong athlete. And doesn't surprise me that Anderson continues to look his way every time he's on the field.
Flag after the play on sportsmanlike conduct against the Mountaineers. After the touchdown. The extra point is no good.
Extra point
Just over 8 minutes remaining
is
in the
no
fourth
good.
quarter. Your score 41-14.
Wachusett now extends their lead 41-14. 8 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And as we're back to the action here, another great Wachusett Mountaineer kickoff.
Kickoff return by Ferrer Ramos. First down, first and 10 Terriers.
Great kick coverage, and I believe the ball carrier is brought down by number 22, Lincoln Dennett. Lincoln Dennett, another Wachusett two-sport athlete, basketball and football. Lincoln, the younger brother of Logan Dennett, Wachusett great. Jake, there's a few Dennetts in the Wachusett community. I think there's two more. One is a freshman, and one's coming up. All beginning with L's. We'll have to get the names. I think Lennox is one of them. Lincoln, Logan. Family just really likes L names. First down as the pass is complete to number 14, Spalding, on the play. Michael Spalding, the senior receiver, on the catch there. Spalding, a big receiver in stature there. One of their bigger targets on the offense end. We see Spalding and Scribner. A very big target and a very small target, but definitely two of the main features of this Terrier offense. And that pass is intended for Scribner, incomplete, and that's going to bring up a very quick third down for the Terriers. Third and 3. As Varzius has a, looks like, design quarterback run for just about no gain. Great pursuit by the Wachusett defense there, and it will bring up another 4th down, backed up in their own territory.
Looks like a punting unit coming out, Zach.
Yeah, Jake, again, we see a 27-point deficit here, but that doesn't change the fact that West Springfield still thinks this is a little too early for a must-go.
I mean, Zach,
situation.
you really can't go for it on 4th and 5 from your 15. There's really no point in the game.
And usually we see Lane and Smith back. We do see number 32, Quinn Powers, the sophomore. Again, we talked about last year had a lot of sophomore skill position players. This year, a lot of those players are now juniors and seniors with years experience under their belt. But Quinn Powers is one of the sophomores who's been getting some reps here early on. I think Quinn, I believe, spent his freshman year at Worcester Academy, now at Wachusett. Great to see Quinn getting some impactful reps here on offense as well as on special teams. Another Mountaineer drive starting out in great field position as Anderson gives the ball to Anglin, and Miles Anglin, good for about an 11-yard carry.
First down, 1st and 10 Mountaineers from the 37-yard line.
Jake, just like that, the Mountaineer offense already down to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Zach, they've been starting with great field position all game, and just they're putting the points on the board where it matters.
Another give to Anglin. This time stopped very early for only a gain about 3.
No gain on the play, 2nd down.
Looks like we got some substitutes coming in for this 2nd down play. Jeff Hatton now lined up at receiver. And the give there is to Gaffney. We've seen Hatton and Gaffney on the defensive ends. Now we're seeing them get some reps on the offensive end. And Jake, with the 27-point lead, by no means is this game over or anywhere close to it, but you do have the flexibility to get some other guys some touches and some reps.
Yeah, just build in some reps for the younger guys, and you can build on that, not only for this year, if there's injuries or anything like that, but for the next year and the year after that, whatever it may be.
3rd and long here, and the give is to Anglin. And it's going to be 4th and short here. I'd say 4th and 4. Offense hurrying to the line. Jake, it should be interesting to see if they're going to go for this or maybe they're just trying to draw them off sides.
Which has already worked so far.
Anderson with his patented hard count, unable to draw the defense off sides. And Jake, it looks like that was really all they had in the play call for that.
Yeah, and again, you find yourself in no man's land here. This is a long field goal. You're not going to punt it from here. So
yeah, you could, but I don't know what the situation here is with. Do they use Eli comfortably as a punter? I don't know. Fortunately, they haven't had to really make that decision yet. My guess is that the offense is going to stay out on the field. 4th and short here, but now this timeout is going to give them a little bit more time to talk about what their decision is or play call is going forward. Jake, we talked about some of these other guys getting some reps. A lot of these guys we've seen, Lane, Brown, play on both sides of the ball, so just giving some other guys some reps also gives Lane, Brown, and some of the guys that go both ways an extra break. And we are back, and Anderson takes the carry himself, and he is able to fall forward for...
Looks like a 1st down, Zach.
It does look like that is good enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 Mountaineers.
It's like a big hit on the backside. Looked like he came up out healthy, though.
Yeah, I know Anderson has the capabilities of running, and he has done a good job with that. But every time he runs, man, I get a little squeamish.
Anytime your quarterback gets out of the pocket, you get a little squeamish, right?
Get another set of downs here for the Mountaineers. Angelillo, the man in motion here. And the give is to Anglin.
Number 7, England.
Not a pretty tackle there, Jake.
Gain of 2.
Yeah, not at all, Zach.
Anglin looks like he's okay as he comes off to the sideline. And I guess will be replaced for this second down play. Gaffney will join Anderson in the backfield. Hatton and Angelillo, the receivers. And the give is to 12 Gaffney.
Gaffney with the carry.
Gain of about 1. Gonna bring out
Gain of 1.
third and decently long here.
7.
And Jake, I mentioned it. Angelillo, another one of these Wachusett receivers, able to find the end zone last week was Charlie. Penalties fly here as Anderson spikes this ball into the ground. I think we'll be backed up 5 yards, and we'll retry this third and about 12, I think, as a result of the penalty here. Jake, a new face here. I think that's number 23, Rocco Panicelli. Sophomore running back. I know Rocco's had some good games for some of the Wachusett sub-varsity teams. Another multi-sport athlete. Rocco is involved in the basketball program.
No gain on the play. 4th down, 4th and 7 for the Mountaineers.
4th and 7 as the offense continues to stay on the field here. Angelillo, and I think that's Bujanowski off to the right. And the give again is to Anglin. Taken down by his jersey in the backfield. And I think West Springfield will be taking over on downs here.
Yeah, Zach, there's only so much you can do there, but
I was going to say the same thing. A lot slower pace here. Offense still finding themselves up to the ball quickly, but a lot of handoffs here. Again, probably playing with the clock as your friend here.
yeah, and certainly when you get the younger guys in, that less experience, you know, you're not going to move the ball as well as you do with your starting 11.
No doubt about that. That being said, we still have a full quarter, more than a full quarter to play here. A lot of game left. First down as Varzius looks deep for his target, Spalding.
Spalding. Incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. And Jake, we talked about a lot of these 50-50 balls or bounces have physically, and I guess metaphorically, bounced Wachusett ways. West Springfield's only putting up 14 points here is I wouldn't say unusual, but after they're also 1-0 here in week 3 after a bye week last week. They did take care of Taconic, which is a Western Mass team for those who are unfamiliar, a regional school district out there that is usually pretty good athletically. They were able to take care of them pretty handily. I believe it was 53-0. I think after
I think that's what we heard.
as a result of the week 1.
Now, we did hear from someone affiliated with the West Springfield team that there may be a couple starting receivers that have been injured. Whether they were playing the first game or not, we're not sure there.
Sure, absolutely. I think that's correct, Jake. I do believe they are down their number 1 receiver according to their depth chart. But you could have fooled me. Definitely, again, you've seen definitely a big impact by number 2, Damian Scribner, as well as Spalding. And Varzius rolls out left Pass incomplete.
We also did hear a lot of their guys are big wrestlers. I believe the quarterback might be the #1 in the state at his weight class.
Fourth down, 4th and 4 for the Terriers.
And he's a junior there. Yeah, he's a listed as a quarterback and a defensive lineman. Not a real common
You don't see that
combination
too
there.
often.
You don't see a
That's
lot
like
of
an old
quarterbacks
school
and defensive
Wachusett
linemen.
team.
What's that?
It's like an old school Wachusett team.
Yeah,
Quarterback,
right.
linebacker.
Yeah, if you remember, quarterback Matt LeBlanc, I think, was a quarterback and either a linebacker or defensive lineman. And Varzius rolls out there, and the pass is complete. We do have a flag on the play. We'll see if this play stands as a Terrier first down.
Penalty against the Terriers.
That one was complete to number 21, Paquette, but I believe that was a hold on West Springfield, as that play will be nullified.
Remains 4th down.
And I believe this will remain 4th down. 4th and 15 here as the clock continues to tick. 20 seconds remaining. We'll see if we get another play here in this 3rd down. And with that, I believe the Terriers have elected to bring out their punt team. And the kick is received at about the 40-yard line. I think the deep men there were Panicelli, and I think that is Ben Floyd.
That's the end
Ben Floyd
of the 3rd quarter. 12 minutes
was
remaining
able
in the
to
ballgame.
receive that punt.
Your score, 41
No
to
issues.
14.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd, Jake. After 3 quarters of play, the Mountaineers still in the lead here, 41 to 14. 12 minutes to play here. And we'll see what this 4th quarter brings after a short break. All right, folks, we are back here, and we have a little bit of a jet sweep there. I believe that's Angelillo for about, I think, actually a 1 yard
Angelillo with the carry.
1 yard loss.
Loss of 3 on the
And I'd like
play,
to take the
2nd
time
down.
here to welcome to the booth our student president of our media group, Sam Landabar, has done some sideline reporting for us. You saw him with Coach Bence earlier, but again, I'd like to welcome Sam to the booth here.
It's great to be with you, Berman.
2nd 13 here, as the give, I believe, is to Rocco Panicelli.
Yeah.
Rocco able to stay on his feet there for a gain of 2.
Number 23,
Yeah, he got held back a little there.
with the carry.
Now, Sam, despite this 27-point lead, we're still hearing a lot of chit-chat, a lot of rowdiness over here from the student sections from the Badlands. A lot of people over here.
Oh yeah, the atmosphere is great, Berman. Oh, look here, Thomas running to the side. Oh, he goes! He's going! And he gets knocked down to the 30.
Number 10, Tyler Beveridge with the carry.
No, but yeah, going back to that, going back to that, Berman, the student section is amazing here. We have a great student-led section with Dexter Woolander being the leader for the Badlands this year. He's a great kid, really involved in the community, and yeah, he's bringing a great environment here.
There we go, and that's something we don't get with Jake. We don't. I love you, Jake, but we don't get that student side of things. We don't really know the ins and outs like Sam can bring to the booth here.
Ooh, right to the middle. Oh, we keep pushing. Oh, they're gonna push him. Oh, he gets in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Wachusett.
And I think that was Quinn Powers on the carry.
Hell of a push there, Berman. Yeah, it looked like he was stopped at the 20, but the offense just kept pushing him all the way into the end zone. Real good work there.
Good job by the offensive line to push Quinn, looking very powerful there.
Yeah. These are big boys on the line.
Powers with the run into the end zone. Touchdown. Wachusett.
Now we mentioned earlier, I think the graphic next week's gonna have more to do with the running game than it does the passing game. Quinn Powers, congrats on his first of what I'm sure will be many touchdowns for the green and white.
Yeah, Berman, this team is really young. And I think Dubs is doing a great job developing all the kids.
On for the extra point, I believe this is Kelowna. Good snap, good hold, good kick.
Good kid. Vito Kelowna, he's a great kid. I have his mom for A-Push this year. She's a great gal.
That's right. Shout out to Mrs. AC, one of the favorites amongst the Wachusett student population.
Yes, certainly a great. All right, now we're looking at 48 for Wachusett and 14 for West Springfield. Berman, if I'm West Springfield right now, I'm not really playing for the win. I'm more or less playing to knock down Wachusett's overall score over of them. Because at the end of the day, oh, there you go. No, go get it.
No, you make a good point there. I believe the point differential is 14, so I think they're going to have to do some serious work there, especially with the time that's going to be running throughout the rest of the game. Unless this gets to a smaller margin, I think we'll have this time really melt away.
Definitely. And Kelowna also doing the kickoff. Let's see it. Went a little long there.
Kelowna looking for some signals from the
and
somebody
he kicks it off.
Ready to kick this one
high.
off.
Oh, and it's bobbled, but that's not going to be enough. And West Springfield is knocked down at the 35.
I believe that was Gonzalez on the return.
Number 3, Gonzalez on the return.
Back to about the 35.
Down, 1st and 10, West Springfield.
Sam, I know we thought it was, at least I did at first, I thought that was TA on that big scamper, but that was actually Tyler Beveridge, Wachusett backup quarterback. I know Beveridge has had some good games for the Wachusett sub-varsity teams. Another great quarterback here in this Wachusett offense.
Beveridge, he's a really athletic and overall great kid. And it's just, well, I'm not going to say a shame, but I am going to say that it's a little difficult for him to be playing on the field all the time because, Thompson is such a great quarterback, and he's only a junior, so he still got this year, the rest of this year and all of next year. So, I mean, this kid, he's not going to be seeing the field till his senior year.
That being said, Sam, we see guys like Jude Hogan, who started out as a quarterback, made the transition to receiver. I'm not saying that's definitely going to be the case for someone like Beveridge, but I think that just speaks volumes for the players that we have here at Wachusett that have multiple skill sets, as well as the coaches that find these guys that are just impactful players. They find ways to incorporate them really in just different ways.
Yeah, that's a great call out there, Berman. Oh,
Second down here for West Springfield as the pass is incomplete.
Number 10, Tokarev.
Pass was intended for the receiver, Ben Tokarev.
Down 3rd and 4 for the Terriers.
As again, this clock continues to tick away. 5:24 to play.
Now, Berman, I just want to say this, that Coach Briggs, the defensive coordinator, he's been doing a great job with the team this game. What is it, 3 fumbles? 2 fumbles?
Yeah, the ball is, again, as is pressured there, and pass is complete.
Number 21, Paquette.
Paquette on the receiving end there.
First down, 1st and 10, West Springfield.
Varzius looks like took a mean lick there. Comes up a little gingerly. Looks like he's hobbling back to the line. I know, Sam, we talked about maybe if you're West Springfield trying to cut into this lead, but at some point, maybe it's about getting out of here healthy.
Yeah, that's a great point. But going back to the point differential, you know, if West Springfield has to face Wachusett again in the playoffs, they'd rather that Wachusett be a lower seed.
Make a good point there.
Pass complete to number 14, Spalding. Gain of 3, 2nd down.
Especially with like a bunch of other great teams in the league, like Leominster with Osiris. Sorry. You know, all these great teams. You really just got to hope that you get a higher seed so that you don't have to face them.
No doubt about that. We talked about the point differential last week and how impactful that might be when it comes to seedings. However, unless this one we see anything change dramatically, and that one looked like
West
could have been a hold there, but I think they let that one go.
Yeah, they run it down to the 20.
On the carry, down to about the 20. Now, Sam, just with your student perspective, I'm going to ask you a hypothetical here. If you had to pick one person on this Mountaineer football team, I was going to say to help you off a stranded island, who would that be?
Oof. That's a tough question there, Berman. In all honesty, I'm probably picking Max Brown. He's a big guy. He's strong. He's surprisingly smart. And, yeah, overall just great. I mean, if we're on the stranded island, he could probably hunt for me. I'll build the tent and all that stuff. And I can cook, too. So I'll cook the meat. But, you know, as long as he's out there doing all the hard work, I'm a happy camper.
I think that's a pretty good pick. I think Max Brown is, again, very versatile on the field, and clearly you think that he could be versatile off the field in terms of helping you survive on a deserted island.
Oh, definitely.
Second
taking a
down
shot at the
as
end
West
zone.
Springfield
Oh,
taking a
and
shot at the end
touchdown
zone.
for West Springfield.
And Varzius was able to connect with his target there, Spalding, cutting into this lead.
Touchdown.
Again, I don't think it's going to
Terriers.
matter too much when it comes to this point differential. But again, you do want to end the game on a positive note. Clock continues to tick even after a touchdown based on Massachusetts high school rules. 1:50 to play here. Extra point ensuing. It is interesting to see West Springfield bring out the kicker here. And that is number 12,
The extra point is good.
Viscotti.
Score 48-21.
Kick is good. Wachusett still on top, 48-21. Clock continues to tick down with a minute here. And Sam, I think we should take a look at next week and the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking right now that Wachusett's probably just going to kneel it. Played safe. Don't want anybody getting hurt. But next week, we're looking at Minnechaug away.
Yeah,
What do you think of
another
Berman?
Western Mass foe. And that game, for folks that will either be making the trip to Western Mass or tuning in with us, will be starting at about 6:30, so we'll start coverage about 15 minutes beforehand. And again, we're going to try to bring to you the most complete broadcast we possibly can, with interviews, highlights.
Fans, that's the ball
And
game.
with that, that will be the ball game.
That does it, folks.
Final score, 48. Wachusett 48, West Springfield 21. And again, that's going to be all for us, folks. Sam, I know you haven't been in the booth, but you've been here for a lot of this game. We got to identify our Bolt Landscape Player of the Game. And who do you got, Sam?
Player of the game, I'm going Luke Vecchione.
I think that's a safe choice. Luke Vecchione, we'll get the stats for you, but was able to get into the end zone 2 times tonight. Number of catches at timely manners, that especially when the game was a little bit closer. Real impactful. Luke Vecchione, the junior receiver, really making his presence known early on in this season. Again, Ty Mosley with another touchdown reception, and Jack Smith making his, again, presence known on the ground.
Yeah.
Luke Vecchione, this week's Bolt Landscapes Player of the Game.
I'm going to tell you this, Berman. In the playoffs, you guys better be scared of Thomas and Vecchione. They're going to be a great duo.
Yeah, that connection's been strong to start the year. Luke Vecchione, again, we joked about it, but in all seriousness, we're going to have to probably cut down that highlight tape because he had quite a few plays tonight. Again, thank you all for joining us tonight. Wachusett, a Week 3 victory. They are now 2-0 on the season. We'll be headed up to Minnechaug next week, a 6:30 start time, not a 7 o'clock, 6:30 start time. And with that, Sam, I think it's time to sign off here. Again, my name is Zach Berman. I was here with my co-host Jake Balatruzek and Sam Landivar. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great night.